Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is December the 15th, 2020, and today the topic is called Get Your Mind Right. This morning I woke up and I was a little, how can I say, indifferent, It took me a minute to get on up or get out of bed. I mean, it's not that I wasn't up, it's just that I don't know, maybe my mind wasn't right. So, yeah, by the time I came in here, I just spent some time just kind of reflecting, kind of looking, and also probably being distracted. So it was a combination of all those things. And, eventually I'm like, yeah, I need to go ahead and start this routine. So I ended up, at that time, I just did my prayer and meditation because I just was like, well, maybe I won't work out, even though maybe I should, I feel like probably I should have came on in here and worked out to help get my mind right. But, I didn't. I started off with when I did decide to go ahead and start, I started off with my prayer and meditation, and then after that, even though that was good, that was good time to just kind of reflect and help get my mind right. But I was like, I need to do something physical right now to kind of help with that as well. I was going to do a little bit of, I used to work out with this previous app, so I was going to do some of that, maybe some stretches or something. But then I was like, nah, let me do a little faith fit, even though, well, the faith fit exercises was like 30 minutes. And so I was like, I'll give a good 5 minutes. I'll do the warm up. So I chose one or whatever, and I did the warm up, and that helped me clear my mind and things as well. And so here I am. I would say as soon as I finished up with that, the phrase "get your mind right" came to mind, and I looked up the verses, and here we are. So yeah, get your mind right. Again, you and me, right? You and me. I'm not just out here just telling you to get your mind right. Get my mind right too. So let's go. Let's get into it. Colossians 3:2 says, set your mind on things that are above and not. Excuse me. I'm going to read what it say. Set your mind on things that are above and not things that are on the earth. I tell you guys all the time, it's easy, and you guys know yourselves, it's easy to get overwhelmed by all the things going on. Honestly, I think that's part of my issue this morning, because I was kind of thinking and trying to figure out if something happened over the night in regards to everything that's on the news right now and stuff like that. And that's the thing, it's like not knowing what to really trust when I listen to news outlets and stuff like that. It's like at this point, the way I feel, what I'm learning, whatever the case is, it just all seems to be a little bit corrupted right now. So I don't know what to believe, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so trying to figure out like if something happened over the evening while I was asleep, and where to go for the information and just all that. So yeah, but yeah, we need to be setting our minds on the things above anyway. And maybe that's the perspective that I needed this morning, and also I guess the perspective I'm sharing with you all. Like again, it's easy to get overwhelmed and consumed by the things going on. But again, setting our mind on things of God, it helps us to understand that, I guess put things into perspective. But then I guess it's like, how can I say? It's not, it just, I want to say something that came to me, I want to say some years ago, was that, nothing really matters outside of God. Nothing. And if we put that on our minds and acknowledge that, then it puts things into perspective. But I get it. Again, when we live here on earth, and we're affected by the things that are happening now and around here on earth, and so it's hard to think of the things of the spirit. And I get that. If anybody else can agree with that, I don't know, but sometimes it's hard to think on the things of God and to think of the things of the spirit when we are in the midst of whatever that we're physically going through. So again, I know that's next level thinking to set your mind on God about all things. But we got to get into it. Like let's say myself included. I'm not sitting here, again, spouting out anything that I'm saying that I don't need to do as well. I need to do too. So I guess part of me wonders like, how can we do that? Well, it's like simple in regards to being like, well, pray and acknowledge God in all our ways and all the things, I guess like that people say it's easier said than done somehow, we gotta figure that out though. I think we need to figure that out. Individually as well as together. We all need to figure that part out. So that's something to start with. That's what the verse says. So that's what we need to do, and we need to figure out how to start doing that. Now I found this verse interesting. It's Mark 5:15. It says, "And they came to Jesus and saw the demon-possessed man, the one who had the legion, sitting there clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid." Now I found that interesting this morning when I was reading that and when I wrote it down. I just was like, you know what? That's interesting. If you guys remember that story in the Bible, that gentleman, he pretty much, he could not be contained. Like, he could not be kept in chains. He was cutting himself, crying, all these crazy things, right? And then Jesus comes to town and he starts to worship him, and lets Jesus know that there's a legion inside, like there's plenty, like there's apparently about 2,000 unclean spirits within this man, and I guess I found it interesting that the people, according to this verse right here, is saying that when they saw him sitting there clothed in his right mind, they were afraid. I'm sitting here wondering, like, well, interesting, because when he was running around, cutting himself, crying, all these things, couldn't be contained, I don't recall anything in there about them being afraid. But then when he's sitting there clothed in his right mind, you afraid? I just found that to be interesting. I don't know what that's telling you today. Again, we can go deeper with that thought. When you think about that. So there's something, how can I say? There's something scary about being clothed in your right mind compared to being compared to all the running around and crying and can't be contained and stuff like that. I think for me, it just kind of felt like sometimes people get so used to you in the state that you like. They want you to stay in the state that you're in. They don't want you to, they don't want you to renew your mind. They don't want you to, think on the things of God. They don't want you to, be clothed and in your right mind according to the Bible, which is focused on God and clean and all those things. People would rather have you, putting yourself in harm's way and doing all this crazy stuff like that. That's cool. Like, oh, if you over here trying to renew your mind as the Bible tells us to do, oh no, wait a minute, something is scary about that. I found that to be interesting. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's just people I mean, in this, it was referring to the people, I guess, that was around him and type of thing. But, I wouldn't just put it on the people. I just think in general, maybe you can think of the masses versus believers. I mean, I don't know what way would be a good way for to make it more clear to you. But for me, again, when I read that verse, it was kind of interesting to see the reaction of the people seeing the man clothed in his right mind. They were like, and I get it. I mean, I guess if you're so used to someone being a certain way and then they switch up, you might be a little, like perturbed by that. But it seems like they should have been celebrating with the man or being like, wow, wow, what is this that didn't happen to you type of thing. Some of the verses go to say, I went to read that passage, and some of the verses go to say that they were wanting him to leave, and then he went to try to come with Jesus, and Jesus was like, no, go back and tell them of all the wonderful things that I've done for you, X, Y, and Z. And so, it's just interesting. Don't you think that's interesting? I think that's very interesting to just think about that. Like, there's something scary about when you become clothed in your right mind. So, I mean, well, I mean, I got hold on. Let me leave that alone. Let's keep going. 2 Corinthians 10 and 5. It says, we destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ. Again, renewing our minds. This is what we need to be doing. Like, again, you guys know I said a lot of times I don't like to debate, especially when it comes to the Bible. I don't like to debate with the Bible, because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I can read what it say and I can tell you what it say. Now, if you want to debate about it, if you don't believe in X, Y, and Z, you're free not to. That's just me. Again, God is yet working on me about that, and what I am to do about, I guess, the way I think about that type of thing. But yeah, regardless though, it's like, we need to be destroy these arguments and lofty opinions, that's raised against the knowledge of God. And, anything that's coming against the knowledge of Christ, we need to be pretty much shutting it down. This isn't in my verses today, but I was thinking about that verse to say, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Now, for real though, I mean, yep, this is what we need to do. Let's get our mind right, friend. Now, these next two verses, let me see. How do we want to do this, Lord? Which one of these? Or do you want me to do both of them? Okay, let's check this out. Let's go to Acts 28 and 27. It says, for this people's heart has grown dull, and with their ears they can barely hear, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn. My mama gonna get at me. She like, look, girl, I told you about your writing. Something. I don't know what it says right now, but there's I will heal them. Let me look at some more. Understand with their heart, and yeah, I really don't know what that says. I can't even tell what that says. I was just writing, y'all. But it ends with I will heal them. What I'll do is I'll just keep it in the go, because I was debating about putting it in the go deeper section anyway. So that verse would be in the go deeper section. But it's interesting what it was saying about like the heart and our, the people's heart has grown dull, their ears can barely hear, and their eyes have been closed. And I mean, I guess these are the examples of when your mind isn't right. You can't see, you can't hear. It just really it controls. Well, like they say, the brain controls every part of the body. And so if your mind's not right, you're not gonna be able to see, you're not gonna be able to hear, you're not gonna be able to, do any of those things. And so again, just another reason to get your mind right, because God say He will heal you. You know, you know. You just gotta open your eyes and hear with your ears, understand with your heart. All right, let's keep going. Let me see. We got here Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Again, it's easy to get caught up in the things of this world. It's easy to get caught up in all the negativity and all the things. But hey, let's set our minds on, I guess if we're wondering how to set our minds on things, I mean, these are the things that we should set our minds on. The things that are honorable, pure, commendable, anything that's excellence and worthy of praise. I mean, hey, I guess these are the things. This is how we can actively do this. So yeah, and I guess that was the question earlier, like how can we, choose to set your mind on the things of God. Choose to set your mind on the things that are worthy of praise. And of course, all praise and honor goes to our Heavenly Father, which is very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with the Bible verse of today. Check it out. Matthew 5 and 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you have it, friends. There you have it, YouTube, Facebook. Sorry about those blubbering, The interesting thing is, back in the day, I used to write sloppy on purpose. Now I don't think I write the way that I used to write, but it's just in the midst of the moment, writing in the cursive or whatever the case is. Yeah, like I should just probably write in print when I do this. And sometimes I do, but then sometimes I just don't think about it and I'm just writing down the verse. So I apologize about that. I don't know if it's a distraction for those moments that happen, so I apologize if it is. And I'll try my best to do better. Y'all. And keep that on my mind that, hey, right. right. I wanted to take this time to shout out to Ewan Thorburn. Let me say it. Thorburn. Ewan Thorburn. That's my YouTube person I've been talking to for the past few days. Thank you so much for throwing up hearts and showing love. Appreciate that. Ewan Thorburn. You can let me know if I'm saying it right and everything like that. For those of you guys that watch me on Facebook and stuff like that too, hey, I see the views. But the thing is, I don't know who it is, so you gotta shout out or something, say something, and then I'll give you a shout out too. But yeah, that's what's going on around here, y'all. Just keep me in prayer. I'll keep you all in prayer as well. We'll see how all this goes. December, man, it's December, and honestly, it don't feel like December to me. It doesn't feel like I can't say the whole way. It doesn't feel like Christmas phrase, because I mean I've been saying that for years. Like every time around this time of year, I'm like, it don't feel like Christmas. But then what is Christmas supposed to feel like? I don't know, but yeah, it still don't feel like December, but I don't know. It is totally December right now. I wanted to also, I guess, give you guys an update on Allie. I don't know much, but she did do a post saying that they were okay, so thank and praise God for that. And yeah, so it seems that they are okay. They've gone a little bit quiet in regards to the live videos. Who knows, maybe they'll go live today, but the past few days they haven't gone live. Which is okay. I mean, sometimes people just need a break, you know. Um, but yeah. I got a lot of things that I'm having to work and things that I'm thinking about in regards to 2021, if the Lord's will. Um, so maybe I get better. Do a little better each time. That's the goal. Um, like I said, I do want to keep GSL going. So again, keep that in prayer and everything like that. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as I finalize decisions and stuff like that. But I think I'm on a good track, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else guys gonna do. Um, but yep, that's all. That's all that I have for you all today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye bye.